Howdy y'all, welcome back to another episode of Modded Minecraft. Figured what we do today is finish up the cake factory, taking a look at that. And good news, bad news sort of thing. I think this is going to be our last episode. So we're going to take a look at the cake factory, a tree farm that I did real fast, some dressing up of the kind of the item duplicator with mana over there, and some other stuff. But don't worry, we're going to be back real quick with another series. We're going to be doing a tech series, tech only. Where this one was more kind of magic related. The other one's going to be tech. There really shouldn't be not much of any of magic. But you can see, well, first off, we just kind of dressed it up in a little kind of an old factory kind of look. Got a little garage door for the door. Just used the old kind of cobblestone brick for it. I wanted to kind of look similar to the island base up there. But this thing is now completely automated. I don't have to come over here and mess with this. I do have like the sugarcane farm turned off and the wheat farm turned off right now, just because we're reaching the max. And even though I don't have to worry about overflow, just the way they're set up, because of you can see right there, it's firing all by itself. And yes, we do have some stuff running off of these cakes. And it works completely on its own. It makes the cakes on its own. The inner chest here makes sure that it's distributed to wherever I want it to go. And if we go down below, slight redstone change from the last episode, not much. This is how I had to get it to work with this setup. I had to use just a regular Minecraft comparator. The Red Logic one just didn't seem to want to work with this, so we used the Red Logic one, and then Redstone, because this red wire won't vary the signal down the line. I mean, it can go on way out there and it'll still maintain the same signal. So with this, when it's zero signal, what I want it to do is output nothing. And so when it's outputting nothing, it's not charging this block in front of it, which won't charge this redstone alloy wire here. So that's the only change, really, is that it's just a Minecraft comparator, regular Mindstone. I can talk. Regular Minecraft redstone, and then this block, of course, is clear. This redstone's charging that block, and then when this turns on, the alloy will pick it up, which will shut, like right there. You can see it's fired. And then it allows the milk to go up. So this kind of is self-controlled. It doesn't require me to come over here and flip any levers. And it just runs. I mean, it works great. It's really kind of proud of this whole setup right there. It's a great fuel source for mana that's used kind of throughout the base. Since the thermal lilies kind of totally suck ass now, I tried to use them over here on the tree farm, and they actually did not provide enough mana to even keep this damn thing going. It would still drain, and this doesn't use a lot of mana. But what we have here, this is our tree farm, and this is using just a single Kikamuras. I've been trying to get the timing down on this one, so it's kind of, I don't want it to overfill. Should probably go up to, let's just leave it at 90 seconds for right now. So what it's doing is it's putting down just a cake every 90 seconds, and then it comes over here and fills this up. That's our mana pool. And you can use regular mana spreaders here, just don't use any filters on it other than the bore filters. Because if you use, like, these are velocity and bore, each of these are velocity and bore. If you use velocity and you're using regular mana spreaders, it will not go this far. You'll have to make it a lot shorter than this. But what we have is a bunch of mana spreaders, and the way they're aimed with bore lenses on them, you need pretty much 6 mana spreaders per side, and then so that's 12, and then a 13th on the outside to redirect the mana back down into the pool. That of course you won't need unless there's just no trees. Then it'll just run the mana back down in there, recycle it. But this one's going to fire it over into that one, and then you're going to aim that one up above it, and then that one of course is aimed over here. So you're just doing this back and forth thing with it. Each one that it aims that goes across to break wood is just going to be aimed up to the next one, and then back over to break wood, then up to the next one. So all the ones with lenses on it are the ones that are actually breaking wood, and you can see they're on, like, there's one here, but there's not one directly across from it, but there's one directly above it. So there's a breaking beam on each level, and it's pretty quick. Now I went mostly with the lily pads of fertility here, and I'll tell you why. You hear that noise? That's a lot louder for me than it comes out on video. I guess I don't have my video sounds set super high, but for me that's really, really loud. So initially I had another 5, I think, in there, and oh my god, that was horrible. So I replaced those with the lily pads of fertility. They do have the little sparklies, but at least they're quiet. Now, for planting, I'm using this Ranocarpus over here. Now, what this does is this, underneath the block that this is planted on, is a fertile soil block from Random Things. And that's what's over here. So what this will do is anything that drops on here, it will plant it on the same block that it's planted on top of. If you're following me, so there's a fertilized dirt down here. Anything that's dropped on top of it, which happens to be saplings, it's going to place on that fertile soil over here. That's why this is fertile soil. They changed it a little bit because you used to could put like stone down there and then put stone underneath here, and it would plant it up there. I couldn't get it to work unless I used fertile soil. So, and it won't work with just dirt. So it did for me. Now this is an older version. There is a new version of Botania, but it's only like 2 ahead, and I doubt that that's fixed or changed. But I didn't want to have to put... These things don't have a huge range either as far as picking stuff up. So you'll notice that there's an open crate right here dropping saplings on it. Now what I did over here, I was going to use a hopper hawk, made one, and the only downside is you can't really designate the area that you want it to pick up, or it's just a lot harder to figure out. With the item dropper, I can set it to the exact distance that I want to pick up things, and then drop them over there. So this is filtered to just the oak saplings, and it's set for 7, which that means anything that drops up to this water right here will be picked up by the item collector and then sent over here to this open crate and dropped. So all the saplings will end up on top of this Ranocarpus and then planted. You could plant another one of those maybe over here on this side, but I just wanted to use one. I didn't want to have to make another one. And it's real effective this way. Puts everything right there. When I want to come over here and pick up saplings, I can just run right through that flower, and you can see tons of them are dropping. And then of course you can just drop that into your tablet or your table or whatever you want to do with all those. And they're not a bad little source. I mean, they're like 32 EMC each, so they're pretty good. So it's a really effective tree farm. This thing's almost full, this barrel, and this has really only been running not too long at all, and it runs by itself. See the cake's firing again from our little cake factory over there. What else? Let's go take a look at the kind of the mana duper that we had built. If you remember, where we could dupe redstone and stuff, it was all sitting right there. Moved it all over into here and kind of cleaned it up a little bit, and I have it set so this way I know that the alchemical block is in there. Since it's yellow, it lets me know that one. And this one is the conjuration one. This is the one that pretty much dupes items. It doesn't change anything, but like you put redstone in there, it gives you redstone. You put glowstone, you know, nether quartz, that sort of thing. And this is where you put it in, so it'll go in there. And on this side, of course, it picks it up. So if we want to say like make netherrack or dupe some netherrack, we could just say we want a piece of, and this is all automatic. I don't have to mess with it anymore. I don't have to turn on the timer or anything. So let's say I want to dupe some, let's make sure I don't have a, so we're going to put that in there, and it then goes in, dupes, keeps duping. And this is not set up to pick up quartz, so you know, you just step close and you can get it when you're ready to. So okay, it's down a little bit, so now we can just step over here and get our quartz. See, it gave us roughly a stack and a half, and you can see that the mana is coming over there and filling it up. So what we did to kind of automate this is we just have a comparator on there, and as soon as it gets full, it's going to send a signal all the way down here, and so this will be a signal of 1. The next one would be 0. But the way redstone alloy works is, it, like I said, it'll carry the charge that it's given. So it's going to pick up a signal of 1 right here, carry it over to this timer, and shut it off. I really don't need it that high. I could probably put it up to about 3 seconds. Slow it down a little bit. So that's going to fill up, send that signal all the way over here, shut this timer off, and of course, again, it's hooked up to our cake factory. And it's going to take care of that. Yeah, we've got, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if that one back over there in the corner is even getting it. I hope so, but I doubt it. Might be. But, so those are all filling up the mana pool up here. And again, we can come over here and do our thing. We don't have to mess with it, and it just fills up all on its own. And when it's full, it shuts off the timer, so we don't have to worry about that running in the background. Okay, let's talk about the ender quarry. I did run an ender quarry, and what I did is I used 2 separate types of engines. I used the times 64 lava and the times 64 ender. As we'll go up top here and sleep real fast to see how hard it would be to power those. The lava one was actually very easy to power. It's as easy doing the ender pump, filling up the lava. I actually have a barrel here of 65 million, and I have another barrel actually in the deep dark of 65 that I left the ender tank on. We'll go take a look at that in just a second. And it filled up the barrel that was there, and it never emptied below 65 million during the whole quarry. And for the ender side, I did 2 different things. Ooh, if I can fall here. Over here, we have just an enderman spawner in here right now. That's it. You can tell it's completely, if I can fly, it's completely just running by itself right now. Nothing's stopping it. But what I did to kind of make sure, because the times 64 ender generators, ender pearl generators, tore through the ender pearls, tore through them. It was probably half empty before the quarry was. The barrel was probably half empty before the quarry was half finished. It would not have made it all the way to the end. So what I did is came up here and added the dark matter pedestal with the watch flowing time. So if we turn this on, you can see the kind of spawns that we get. Okay, that was actually, it's actually too many spawns. Because they don't die right away because the distance isn't far enough to put them down to half a heart like the ender spawner we have in the end. You know, I could have put one of these in the end. Well, that's for another time. So what I ended up doing is I would just turn on 3 of these lights right here, like that, and left one over in the corner, and then turned on the watch flowing time, which kind of reduced their spawn area to right over here, and the system was able to keep up with it. And now when I say system, this was able to keep up fine. It's just it was overflowing my experience. This thing would fill up, and then there was just too many mobs in here. It would actually lag me out. There would be so many mobs in here with all 4 of those lights off. So real simple solution was just turning 3 of those lights on and kind of keeping them spawning just over in that corner. And even though we're still getting a ton, and it keeps me in, even running a quarry, this stays positive. This keeps going up. This got as low as 500, and even with the quarry running, I was able to get back up to over 1,500 stacks. That's stacks, not items. Items 24,000. So this was real effective. I did make some changes to the Ender Quarry also, but it didn't seem like it paid off. What I did is I added cursed earth to the platform instead of just leaving them, stone slabs. So if we go over here, also you'll notice that there's like no Enderman over here. Like, oh, some over there. How the hell did you get over there? I got interdiction torches to kind of push them all off, and I also used magnum torches to keep them from spawning. So there's really none over there. I think I just saw 2 on that little island off there. I'll have to go take care of them too. Probably won't worry about it, honestly. So over here, I changed this out to diamond spikes to hopefully up the drop a little bit. And then, why am I getting the... Is this full? It's not... I wonder if it's because this is full that this is not... Probably. I probably have to do something with this too. But it should be getting... No, I'm probably just not seeing it. It's probably just going in right away. But I should be getting all that experience. Let's see if it's going in there real quick. Yeah, it's going in there. I'm just too close. So you can see I changed this all out to the cursed earth. So you can see how much they spawn. With a chunk loader in here, I thought hopefully this would really up the amount of pearls we were getting. But it seems like even with a chunk loader, nothing seems to be happening over here. I see an occasional pearl pop up when in the overworld that doesn't relate to any kills there, but not the numbers that I see like when I'm standing right here. When I'm standing right here, the numbers are incredible. But when I go back to the overworld, they drop off dramatically. So even with the chunk loader down there, I don't know how well this is working. But you can see that definitely speeds up the spawns. I mean, plus me being close doesn't really affect it anymore. Because cursed earth oh hell. How'd y'all get down here? Y'all never do that. Get off me. I never seen him do that before. Whoops. So that's about the last change that I made there. So that's kind of pretty much everything we've done. The quarry, I should have worked on getting one of those much earlier. Man, I got so much crap out of there, and it's not even a big quarry. So we can go take a look at it real quick. I don't think I even did a 64 by. I don't know what size I did. I just kind of used. What did I use? I used the catalytic lens to kind of clear out ground clutter, so I could place down torches, not have to worry about cobblestone blocks being in the way. So I just kind of cleared a nice flat path and then placed down torches. Let's go find our. Whoops. So you can be able to see our quarry right away. So it's not very big. I mean, you can see it, but man, I pulled all kinds of stuff out of here. I had a real simple setup back in the overworld. I think I showed that. It's I just, like I said, I had 2 Ender engines. I didn't use any speed upgrades. All I did was a world hole, and underneath here is the silk touch. That's all I did. that was fast enough for me. I mean, it was done in. I had some family come over yesterday, so I just let the thing stay on and run while they were over here, and so that was, that was a better part of the day. I mean, that was several hours because we watched some movies. So probably 4 or 5, and then it finished up when I got on this morning. So it probably went 5, 6 hours, real hours to do that section over there, and that's not too bad considering how much stuff I got. I took a lot of the coals and stuff to kind of clear up my chest that it was all dumping into, and it was filling up pretty quick. So now on to what we're going to do next. This is pretty much it for this world. I can't really think of anything else that I want to do in here. I think, I was so excited about Project E, the equivalent exchange being back, that I focused on that. Really pushed hard on getting into that quicker than I probably should have, which drastically shortened the season. I mean, it doesn't ruin the gameplay. I mean, it really does allow you to do things not so much faster. Well, yeah, faster. It frees you up to do other things because you get some decent farms going, and you really don't have to worry about mining. Which is fine with me. I hate mining. Well, I don't hate it. I enjoy it sometimes. So it's therapeutic at times, but I don't like it when I have to do it. I don't like anything that I have to do, and mining for resources is one of them. And because you do so much of it early game, even with modded Minecraft, there's just no way around it. You have got to do some mining to start with to get you those beginning resources. There's just no other way around it. Eventually once you get a quarry, the ability to do quarries and stuff, then you're pretty much home free, and that's every pack. I think I just really pushed. I gotta get rid of this thing. That's making me go too fast. Hello, where am I? So we shouldn't have that issue. Even if I were to do this exact same pack again, I wouldn't push so hard at the beginning. I'd still use it, and it does help out, if nothing else, for auto crafting. Item storage. It's the best item storage in the game. I mean, you put anything in there, and it won't make all the machines. Like, it won't make anything from Botania. It won't make anything from Blood Magic, Tinker's Construct, any of that stuff. But it will allow you to get the resources out, which will then allow you to make the item that you were looking for. Damn hiccups. Every time. So that's going to be the end of it. I really think we did some neat things. I really like that item duping down there. The cake factory, I'm pretty proud of. I think that one turned out really well. I wish I'd have made that so much sooner, because I was messing around with mana generation that just really didn't work, unfortunately. Basky changing the thermal lilies kind of sucked, and the exo flames are not a bad beginner one, but I should have gone up to Kekamuras first. But by the time I made the thermal lilies, I wasn't aware that the Kekamuras were probably the best mana generation in the mod right now. I heard the food eating ones aren't bad either, but it would still be along the same lines as you'd have to meter out to make sure you're giving them food at the right amount of time. But you could do a similar setup with that also. So that's going to be pretty much it for this series. The next one is just going to be kind of a tech-based mod. There shouldn't be, with the exception of Reliquary, I have got to have my Emperor's Chalice in there. And Lilypad's Fertility, of course. You got to have those. So it's pretty much going to be tech in that one. And then, once I get myself comfortable in that one, then I might also do a second one, which would be maybe season 2 of this, it'll be some of the same mods, but some will be gone, and then there will be some new ones added. So look forward to those, and I appreciate you guys coming by and liking the series. Until next time, next series, I will see y'all later.